Right, my name is Endurance Ofem, board member Nigerian Cricket Federation, representing the players, athletes on the board. I'm also chairman of the Board Cricket Committee and a member of the Cricket Committee, ex-international and former captain of the I think for us is the biggest moment for us. The girls and the women's team having the opportunity to compete against other countries in Rwanda, and the men's national team presently in Namibia, and then the under-9 camp in Abuja shows the depth of development that we have come and how far we have come since we got on board over 8 years ago. It's been a deliberate work. From the federation through the tournament pathways, the PWC on the 17th, and we've seen other under 15 tournaments being played through the regions, and then selecting a squad, a development squad at the end of each of these tournaments. 6-7 years down the line, we're able to see what we have now shows how far we've come. It's been deliberate effort by the board, and I must commend the president, Uyi Agbata, and other board members who have supported development strides in their various regions. If you look at the 6 geopolitical zones, Nigeria, Southwest, South-South, Southeast, North Central, Northwest, and Northeast, we've had tournaments and we've had teams participated throughout the entire region. Even within security across the country, in the northern region, we've been able to muzzle out performances and teams from those regions. So it shows deliberate effort by the board to spread the game of cricket. And what we are seeing today, the competitions going on, Nigeria competing in 2 major prize series and tournaments in Rwanda and Namibia, and the under-19 team preparing for the next qualifiers in Abuja, shows how far we have come. And all these players playing, 90% of them have come through this tournament. I think the first thing we agreed to do was that cricket needed to become popular in Nigeria. The board set out that responsibility. We put it on ourselves, and we partner first with the State Cricket Association to make sure that we have development officers and regional development officers in majority of the state. Very soon, I'm sure we'll have 36 development officers in each state of the federation, with the sole aim of populating the sport. We want to be one of the most recognized sports in Nigeria, and I can tell you clearly for free that the amount of resources that the board has put in clearly shows this pathway. If not take football out of the contest, cricket will be one of the growing sports in Nigeria, and that's a key strategy for us. So going forward, we'll continue to run this partnership with the State Cricket Association that are vibrant, so that we can continue to grow and spread the sports. I think the most important thing we need to realize is giving our future stars and national team players, both male and female, the opportunity to compete at this level. Because if you don't organize these tours, you never know how good you are or what to prepare for or against. And that is why we have made it a priority for us. Not only international tours, player placement. We've seen players being taken to India. We've seen players being placed in Zimbabwe. We've seen players go to South Africa. We've seen players playing in Uganda, in Kenya, and in Rwanda. So across Africa. Now again, we've opened up the routes to Southern Africa, and of course Namibia is the next destination. These are the only way you can size up what you're doing. These are the only way you can measure your growth, because once our players are able to compete alongside those international cricket countries, and then we are ready for the big stage. And gradually we hope that this roadmap we have created will be the destination for Nigerian cricket. Already, like I said earlier, it's deliberate. The performances at the Under-19 World Cup in Malaysia were very deliberate, because the Under-17 tournament, it's a development tournament, and it's a pathway for that, because the Under-19 championships come every 2 years, and we have to prepare for them. And that is why our Under-17 championship is important. And the rigorous process, right? Because we start from regional playoffs, where the states compete in a regional format and environment through the various 6 geopolitical zones. And then we now go to the next level of selecting the regional teams. And that means we're narrowing down the best of the best. And then they meet in the national final, where we pick the top 20 or 25 players from to drill down into our elite program. So those performances were deliberate. Unfortunately or fortunately for Nigeria, we got ourselves into a very good position, which means we are not far off from what we're doing, which means we are doing something right and doing the test-paying nations and some other top associate nations like Scotland were wondering where did we come from. It shows we have to stay consistent, and with the support of our corporate partners, we will be able to do more for Nigeria. Well, I think clearly we have the various leagues across the country. The CCC League is in Lagos. We have the Northern League. We have the Edo League. These are opportunities created locally already. Now, this year we launched the Nigerian Super League. The Nigerian Super League is made up of the top 90 players across the country in male formats and T20. So we hope that by the second edition, we'll be able to get some international cricketers wanting to come to Nigeria to join and play in this league. It took in line the IPL format, and we hope that once we continue to create these opportunities, they are there to be taken. Yes, we know not every young cricketer that comes through will play for Nigeria, but there are a lot of things we can learn. You can become umpires, administrators, groundsmen, coaches, and umpires as well, and coaches in terms of coach education and junior involvement coaches. So we're opening the doors to every opportunity that is available for those who want to play cricket. I think for us, it's important to know that the men's game has really gone higher and well technical across the world. The women's game still keeps everything on the balance, because clearly, if we expose our girls, if we develop our girls, our women will become better. And we know women are key in families. And if we can expose as many girls as possible to cricket, then we won't have to question ourselves in future why every child in a home needs to play cricket. And that is how important this is to all. And that is why in the Nigerian Cricket Federation, we've created a unit for women's development. And who are those managing those units? Women, those who have played the game before. I mean, I know Agatha is in charge of women's cricket in the NCF and all the camps, women's camp. And today, we're finishing a 3-day bowling academy, because this is the only way we can give back as Lagos State to the Federation setup. So it's important, because once every state does this across the country, trust me, we will have better and very competitive environment when it comes to selecting the Nigerian women's team. I'll take the words of Nelson Mandela when he became president, right? Sports is a developing tool that can change the world. And I believe today that in Nigeria, one thing we can do right is to make sure every child on the street is involved in every sport, or one sport at least. And cricket is giving that opportunity. To our corporate partners, we need you, because it's collective ideas, collective responsibilities. This is where you can pitch your corporate social responsibilities to make sure you support what the Nigerian Cricket Federation is doing. And the sky will be the beginning for all of us.